So are the Uttarakhand floods of 2013 going to become a historic event that we're going to look back at 50 years or 100 years from now? I doubt it. We are going to likely see a number of such events of cloud burst, dam burst, lake burst, floods, and coupled with that, potential earthquake hazards in the Himalaya. The Himalaya are a young and brash mountain range. They are actively growing. The geography and geology are actively in a state of change, and one is likely to see more such events in the near future. Not that they have not happened in the past. We have had floods in the Garhwal Himalaya of Uttarakhand over the last 200 years. We had Birehi Ganga flooding its banks when the Gohna Tal burst overnight, and number of villages were inundated, flooded downstream from it many years back. Likely in a similar fashion, we're going to have more such events, and not just in the Himalaya. All of North India is subject to flood damage and extensive events of flooding in the near future. We're going to, India as a whole, the whole continent is going to be teetering between drought on one hand and flooding on the other hand. We are entering into a phase of very uncertain precipitation, sudden and huge amounts of precipitation, huge amounts of drought. Blame it on climate change, blame it on human activity, or a number of other factors, we don't know. But clearly there is an element of human activity, human changes to the natural environment that have affected the overall balance, and natural events that are going to get exacerbated, amplified by this human activity and by this new sense of change that is taking place on a global natural level. So all of North India is going to be subject to floods in the years to come, and I would not be surprised if parts of the town and city of Noida next to New Delhi get flooded by the Yamuna river in the years to come. This year too, we had water lapping at the banks of the Akshardham temple and the MRMGF Commonwealth Games village along the banks of the Yamuna, both of which are built on the natural floodplain of the Yamuna. And a river needs to be given its floodplain to overflow its banks in incidents of flood and excessive monsoon. That is a sort of insurance policy. It's a buffer that the river needs. So when we've consumed that buffer, built upon it, no amount of bunding, walls, embankments, or other forms of prevention will prevent a river when it's angry, when it's flooding, when it's full of water and raging. So you're likely to have events in the near future when the Yamuna river will sweep away chunks of New Delhi's new cities in the national capital region of Noida, around New Delhi. So we are going to see incidents of flooding in the years to come. I would not be surprised if several sectors of Noida actually get swept away in a very Uttarakhand-like fashion in the years to come. The Akshardham temple is subject to flooding, and a number of other developments along the river bank. No amount of human activity or intervention will prevent that. A river will have its way. Rivers have the right to redefine their boundaries, to redefine their flow patterns and their channels every few years. It's something that's happened historically, and it's something that we're going to see happening again from time to time. So we should not look at the Uttarakhand floods as a one-off incident or as something we will look back at as something terrible that happened once upon a time. It is something we need to be prepared for every monsoon. India is a monsoon geography. We are subject to rainfall for those 3 or 4 months of the monsoon season, and that rainfall could be extreme, could lead to flooding, or it could be minimal. We are subject to La Nina. We are subject to the La Nina and the El Nino torrents off the coast of South America, currents in the Atlantic, in the Pacific Ocean. India is a monsoon geography after all. We are subject to the monsoon rains for those 3 or 4 months every year, and those rains could be excessive. They could lead to flooding, and that's what defines our northern plains, the Ganges River Valley, the Yamuna River Valley, all of the northern plains where agriculture flourished on the basis of silt and sediment brought down by the rivers, by alluvial topsoil, by alluvial sediment, which is all what has encouraged agriculture in the northern plains. But now we are trying to stifle that with developments on both sides, with bunding and river banks, and we are trying to define those river banks for those rivers. So we have to realize we are part of a rather global system, and so if the currents off the coast of South America, the La Nina and the El Nino currents, can actually affect the monsoon and actually lead to an excessive monsoon or a low monsoon, then we have to understand that something like the butterfly effect, one small little environment change in one part of the world can have massive ramifications for some other part of the world. So India is part of a monsoon system that is affected by currents in the Pacific Ocean along the coast of South America, and we must accept that changes large and small, can similarly affect the way we receive our rainfall and the way we need to respond to that, be prepared for excessive and reduced amounts of rainfall, and survive as a nation of 1.2 billion people. We need that rain, yet when it comes, it floods us and it takes us away and it kills us. So we need to not control it, but understand it better, plan our lives better, plan our country better, and have a larger framework and system for understanding floods, dealing with floods, and developing our towns and cities along those floodplains, instead of trying to constrain them, restrict them, and make them behave or follow our rules and patterns.